Today we will talk about the new external lighting system in BMS. There is a disclaimer here. This thing is the most tricky, nearly stupid, over complex thing ever done for the F-16, so any comment, remark, criticism about it, please send it directly to Lockheed Martin and not to BMS. Okay, so first let's introduce a little bit of terminology here, because it will be useful for the video. So first, the anti-collision light is well known. It's this one at the top of the tail here, flashing anti-collision, very easy. Then we have the what we call the wingtail. Wingtail is the two lights at the intake, the ones at the wing, and the tail here, the white one that is new for this version. So that's this defined as wingtail lights. Then we have what they call the fuselage light. So fuselage light is the tail floodlight that you see on both sides of the tail. Okay, I don't know why they call it fuselage. It should be the tail, but anyway, that is the fuselage light. Then we have the formation light. So formation light is this one at the top here, just behind the canopy, and at the bottom here there is also a formation light. And then there is the aerial refueling light. Here it's actually a bulb that is mounted on the tail that is doing this floodlight. That is to help the tanker to get the boom inside. Okay, after this terminology, I am like a Christmas tree here. Let's go to the panel here. So the third new thing in this iteration of BMS is the anti-collision sequence. So here it's on 1, it's flashing anti-collision, it's flashing 1 at regular spacing. Let's put everything off, remove the Christmas tree. If you put 2, you have 2 flashes, the anti-collision, 3, 4 flashes. It's very useful, you know. Basically, if you're number 2 in the flight, you will put 2 flashes, number 4 flashes, so it helps the leader to recognize which aircraft is which by night, and the AI is able to set up it properly in flight as well. There are also 2 other sequences, 3 ABC, that are different sequences. I will not explain them, but it will be documented at some point. Okay. The flash steady is well known. There is nothing new about that. So that is flash, that is steady, right? And now we will start about this master switch here. So there are 4 different master positions for the external light in the F-16. So let's start with the normal one. So the normal one, you have every light can be activated. So we've seen that before. The formation light can be dimmed. Like here it's full, bright, medium, and off. And let's accelerate a little bit the time, because I need the night to show you. that's better. So if you go one click right for the formation light, it's barely visible. Let's put that off. But with NVGs you will see them properly. So the wingtail position. So wingtail has 3 positions. You have the bright, off, and dim. So as you can see in dim it's much less bright, dim. Right? Actually you don't see the bulb when it's dimmed. It's the same for the fuselage. Bright, off, and dim. Okay, so that's quite easy. The refueling knob and flood light for refueling is independent from the different master mode. It's always dimmable. And right, so yeah, it's a bit pointless in the game because we don't have human tankers, but it is as real as it gets, right? Okay, now let's add a bit of complexity with this master switch. Let's go to covert all. What does that mean? That means that different bulbs are covered, and I will explain one by one. In terms of wingtail switch, if you go to wingtail bright, that means that the wingtip, upper formation, and tail lights are covered bright, and the formation light at the bottom is off. So covered light, the upper formation light is covered and the lower formation light is off. If we put the wingtail on off, then everything is off except the upper formation light that is covered bright. If you put the wingtail switch to dim, then everything is covered dim except the upper formation light is covered bright and the lower formation light is off. That's an interesting thing that you can see with the NVGs. You can see fine the different covered dim lights. Actually, in real, those are infrared bulbs. The fuselage switch is not impacted by the master mode, and the formation knob has no effect when you are in covered all. You can put it maximum bright, it will not change, or off, even off, it will not change. The formation light is still there. Now let's go to master covered AC. With the wingtail switch in bright, that means everything will be visible bright. So wingtip, intake, tail lights will be visible bright. Right? If you put it on off, everything will be off, but wingtip lights only will be controlled by the form knob. Again, if you have any claim, send it to Lockheed Martin. Don't ask me, please. So at the moment the form is off, everything is off. Then I turn the form knob, and then only the wing tips are lit. Right. And it's dimmable. Okay. Then if we put the wingtail to dim, then wingtip, intake and tail lights are in visible dim. If you want to see the difference, visible bright, visible dim. If you put it off, you control only the wing with wingtip with the form button. Okay. So about the form knob, as I said, if the wingtail is on off, it will control the wingtip lights, and it will also control in the same time the formation lights. So if I max it up, you can see the formation lights up and down are lit. I have a small bugs here, the intake should not be on. I'll fix that, sorry for that. So I control the formation light and the wingtips because the wingtips are off. It's very obvious, isn't it? Okay, now let's go to form. In that case, when the wingtail switch is in bright, the wingtip, upper formation and tail lights are covered bright. When it is off, then everything is off except the upper formation light is covered bright. You can see it here. It's off at the bottom. And when it's on dim, then everything is in covered dim except the upper formation light is covered bright. So you can see with the NVG, the upper is covered bright and the others are covered dim. You can see the difference with it. If you put it on bright, it's brighter, much brighter. Right. Now the form knob has no effect in master covered form. Well, that's pretty much about it. It's very confusing. I don't even know how the real pilots can remember the different mode and stuff with the form button having an action on the wingtail, sometimes not. Well, as real as it gets. If you had the courage to watch this video till the end, it's a little bit boring, but thanks for watching. Cheers.